Welcome to Social Studies Samurai. In this video, we'll discuss the art of storytelling through live internet broadcasting with a user-friendly platform called StreamYard. Think of class news, school news, students interviewing guest speakers or each other, or video blogs live demonstrating what they've learned. See the description for an example of my TED Club doing just that when we were learning remotely. We'll go through the basic version, which is free, so let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is actually create a StreamYard account. So just go to there where it says email address and get started and click on that. And note that they will send you an email and then you get your 6-digit code to log in. You'll have to do this every time you log into StreamYard. So you always have to have your account open. So you will see that I've got a login code from StreamYard. This happens every single time you want to log in. So I'm just simply going to copy that code and paste it in. So I've pasted my code and I'm going to log in. Every time you log in, the code is going to be different. Click on the onward. So the next step is to choose the platform that you want to broadcast from. I tend, for my accounts, to use YouTube. If you want, you can do a test broadcast by tapping that link, and you have other destination options later on. So click on the one you want, and you're going to have to choose whatever account you're using right now and you intend to broadcast from. You will have to allow access to that platform you chose. In my case, it's YouTube. So click Allow. Now, depending on your platform, you may have to enable live broadcasting, which I will have to do in YouTube. It gives you the steps on how to do this, so just follow those steps. So it's taken me into YouTube because I'm logged into my account. So I'm going to click Get Started. Please note that this might take time. I'm going to choose Start at a later date. And I'm going to choose my built-in webcam. And you're going to have to allow your microphone and your camera. Now, believe it or not, you don't have to do this right away, so I'm just going to go up and I'm going to click Close. And so now I'm going to click Connect again. I'm going to choose my same account, and I'll have to click Allow. And now I'm in. So I didn't really have to worry about going through the whole steps in YouTube and that kind of thing. I really just had to close that. And then I'm in. And now I want to create a broadcast. So now I'm ready to create my broadcast. And just note there is a past broadcast tab. You can go in there and then modify those broadcasts or even delete them. So I'm going to start with create a broadcast by tapping the button. And I can choose to just record only instead of broadcasting, or I can add a new destination along with YouTube. I'm just going to go with YouTube here. And so I'm going to give my details that will appear on YouTube and the other destination platforms, such as Facebook. So I've got my title, I've got my description in here. These would be more robust, naturally. I do want to point out the privacy settings. So you can, have things unlisted. You can have them private, at least with a YouTube view. And you can also schedule your broadcast for later. And I recommend you actually do this. Just so people have plenty of time to know you're broadcasting. So you check that box, and note here, there's a number of things you can do. Now you can upload a thumbnail image, and what that does is give an image that you want as people look at YouTube while they wait over a day or a week or an hour or whatever for your broadcast. So click the upload, and then choose your file. This looks good to me. I don't want to do any cropping. And of course, you have to make that in a separate app. I want to choose my time, so maybe we'll go with 7:45 p.m. And now I'm going to click Create Broadcast. So now you can see that my broadcast is scheduled. I've got the time it was created, and then the time that it's going to be broadcast. Now, I want to point out the ellipses here. If you tap on that, this is where I can invite people. So I click on that, and these are the guests that are going to be in my room. Now for the free version, note you can get up to 6 people on a screen at one time. So I can simply copy this URL and email it, or I can go directly to Gmail, or I can go with email through Safari or other emailing platforms, or Messenger on Facebook. Gmail, for example. If you use Gmail, it gives you the details here, and all you have to do is type in the people that you want to join this broadcast. And then you just have to click send, and you can edit this text if you want as well. Simply close your mail, and now tap out of here, click out, and now you just have to log back in when it's time to do your broadcast. Also, in the ellipse, you can edit your broadcast. I don't really have anything to change. I'll just click Save Changes. And again, with the ellipse, you can view what it's going to look like on YouTube for the viewers as they wait. Let's see what that looks like. So now all you have to do is share the YouTube link. Copy it from the top in the Omnibox, or click the share button and simply copy it to your clipboard or with any other platform you might be using. What I also like to do a little while before the broadcast is throw in a comment here. And it appears in the YouTube comment chat box, and it lets people know, yes, this broadcast is happening. You'll also notice that the description is here, and just like any other YouTube video you've uploaded, you've got analytics and you can edit the video. So when you're ready to enter the broadcast studio, I recommend you do it about 15 minutes before your broadcast. So just click Enter Broadcast Studio. And you want to check your audio, and I can see my mic is working well, it's very strong. I want to change my display name though. Note there, you can change your display name. It's good to use like a, your hashtag or your handle for Twitter. And then click Enter Broadcast Studio. Now you might want to mute your microphone before you do. That's your choice. Okay, so you can see that the teddy bear is already in the broadcast studio, and now I'm in here. Nobody can see us right now. So what I have to do is actually click on Add to Stream for both of us. And the world can't see us yet because we have not clicked Go Live. So we want to talk to each other though. So I'm going to click Add to Stream, and I'm going to click Add to Stream. And you notice that the teddy bear is muted, right? And that's good because teddy bear's in the other room of my place and don't want the echo. But keep in mind the audio, right? That's really important. So also you have an invitation button here. So if you tap that, again, you get your invitation link. Let's say somebody is going to join at the last minute. You're already logged into the broadcast studio. Just copy it, go back to your Gmail, and send them an email with the link. You can mute cameras and things like that. Notice here too, this is when you have people coming in and coming out of a broadcast. If you want to focus on one speaker at a time, but you have 4 people in the room, simply click Remove. And now it's just me in the stream. I've got the power. Note too that with my ellipse, I can take somebody out of the stream. I can change their name. Hopefully you don't have to ban anyone. So you'll notice now that our geisha doll has joined us, but I've got to add the geisha doll to the stream. So I just click Add to Stream, and now we're still pre-broadcast here, so we can have a conversation about who's going to say what and when and where and the roles in that. But when it comes to one person just speaking, all I have to do is remove people from the stream. Now they're still in the broadcast studio, they're just not in the stream. And if I want people to focus on the geisha doll's presentation, so now all I have to do is make sure they unmute their microphone. Now they have chosen to mute their mic in this case, so you might get a pop-up that looks like this, and remind them to unmute themselves. So it's the geisha doll's turn to present. They can either share the screen on their own, or I can do it for them. When you share your screen, you click that, you get a few tips, and you click Share Screen, and then you can choose a Chrome tab, an application window, or your entire screen. but you have to tap in that box and then click share. I recommend that you click this hide button down at the bottom here so that people don't see that when your screen is being shared. This is what it looks like until you go to a new tab. And in this case, this is what people will see, whether it's a slide deck or maybe if it's just me talking, I don't have to share my screen. Now, keep in mind, you can post comments on YouTube. These are public and people are going to see them. So you would type your comment and then click chat. You can also have private chats. So if you look to the right side here, if you tap on that, then you can say, "Hey, Teddy," and then send a note, and nobody sees that but the people that are in the broadcast. Now, another thing you can do is click on the banners, and you can have a banner at the bottom. So if you create a banner, such as check the website out or whatever, then you can choose to have the banner scroll across the bottom, or you can have it just appear. And note that I can click show, or I have to actually click show or not show. And when I put that, notice that it's nicely, scrolling across the bottom, bringing attention to people. You don't want to do that too much because it can be distracting. So if I want to click on that, I can click the edit button, and maybe I don't want it to scroll. I'll click save, and then I click show again, that people see it. And so that's how it appears on YouTube. Now remember to hide it when you don't want it to be there. It's nice to do those every once in a while just to remind people to go to your website or check out your hashtag or whatever. Now under the branding, there's some minor changes you can make, like for example changing the hex code here and maybe minimizing the color. And there's a few other things, but they're mostly with the paid features. So explore that. Now if you tap on settings, note that you can change your general settings. You got camera, audio. You can have a few settings for your guests. Play around with that on your own. You do have the potential for a green screen. I don't have a green screen behind me, but note that you can add a green screen and put some images of your own. You can upload your own background, for example. Great for a classroom newscast or something like that. Just want to let you know it's there. So when you're ready to go live, you will click go live, and this is way early right now, so it says you're not supposed to go, but you can start early if you want. So then you click go live, and keep in mind there is about a 10 or 15 second delay. I always recommend that you have a muted iPad or smartphone or tablet alongside of when you broadcast. I like to follow along in the stream on YouTube so I can comment if I'm broadcasting alone. If I broadcast with other people, then that means somebody can watch the comments in YouTube and send messages back to people that are commenting on YouTube. As well, it's good to have a back channel with your 3 presenters, maybe on a smartphone, just so you can communicate to each other. You do have the private chat feature, but people may not be paying attention to that. And remember, when one person's done presenting, then you focus on the next person who's about to present, and make sure you keep yourselves muted. You can also change how the appearance looks to you and online, actually, for everybody, just by clicking either of these things at the bottom here, the frame options that you have. So when you're finished broadcasting, where it says go live, it'll actually turn red as you're broadcasting and record your time. So you just tap that and you end the broadcast, and then that'll be saved to your tab that says past broadcasts. And people can go back to that YouTube link, the one that you can get right here where it says view on YouTube. And people will be able to come back here and watch it over again unless you've deleted the video. You can delete it in StreamYard or from your YouTube channel. Now you can only have 6 people in a broadcast, so if you have 10 people that are presenting in a cycle, you might have to kick some people out of the studio. So they'll have to choose to leave the studio, or you can simply click the ellipse and kick them from the studio. Sorry, Geisha Doll. Bye-bye. And this gives space for other people to come in. Now, when you leave the studio yourself, you just click Leave Studio, and here you are. You can go back in and check, make any edits and check right up until the time that you're going to broadcast. Now, even when you're in the broadcast studio, nobody sees it. This is what they see on YouTube. Even if you're late, until you click go live, nobody sees it. So make sure in the chat you let people know we'll be late by 5 minutes so that people know you're going to be late. And essentially that is StreamYard. Thank you for watching the video. If you are a student or a teacher of subjects like history, geography, politics, and economics, you can find more resources on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and on the web at socialstudiessamurai.com. I hope to see you again.